Hey everyone, Nicole is the New Black here. Thanks for watching another video full of ridiculousness. I just wanted to talk about, I was on a message board and I saw, it's one of the forums that I'm a member of, it's Dimensions magazine, and it's about size acceptance and, fat admirers and blah, 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 blah. And someone had posted something funny and it was entitled, any man could love a booty, but it takes a real man to love a belly. And I just think that is, it was just super hilarious to me because, no disrespect to guys that, don't prefer, bigger women, but there is definitely a difference between being with a guy that doesn't mind some weight on a woman and being with a guy that loves weight on a woman and loves the feeling of fat. And whatever you want to say about it's unhealthy, blah, 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 it's disgusting, it's jiggly. If you want to leave a negative comment, anything that you possibly would have to say about obesity and being fat and the health implications, it's all been said before. Like, I got that memo. It's not about endorsing obesity, it's just about sharing experiences and talking. So, I'm a woman who happens to be fat. Get over it. And there are men that prefer me this way. And you can always tell a guy who likes fat girls. It's when a guy gives you a hug and he basically sneaks a little squeeze of something, like, a bit of the arm or a bit of a back roll, like he will go for it, like, oh, hey Nicole, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you're in an intimate adult type situation, he just doesn't pay attention to the obvious areas of interest, like, mouth, genitalia, nipples. He's straight up enjoying everything. And one of the things that a fat admirer usually enjoys is your belly, or bellies in my case. And I enjoy a pretty good belly rub. It's really nice, like not just like, oh, here's your belly, like straight up kneading the fat and like massaging it and getting in there. It's a very nice experience, FYI. So we're just thinking about this and thinking about blah, blah, blah. It reminded me of an incident I had in Mexico when I was on vacation. I basically wanted to escape, and I posted a video about it. I wanted to escape the cold and dryness of Berlin. And I went to Las Vegas, LA, and Mexico for Christmas and New Year's. And I went to this, 5-star resort or whatever, and I signed up for a massage. And it was a massage, and it was like a seaweed wrap massage, basically, which entailed like exfoliating the skin, rubbing some sort of like thingamabobber on your skin and wrapping you in seaweed and letting you marinate for a little bit, and then blah, blah, blah. So it was very, very enjoyable. And the massage person was male. I didn't mind that at all. Hey, it's hands, whatever. Your job is to massage me and I'm paying you. I don't care. I don't really have any hang-ups about it. So one of the first things that made me laugh was like the gunk that he was putting, on an average size person will probably take, 1 or 2 squirts, boom, calf done, 1 or 2 squirts, boom, arm done. He was straight up like, I'm like, he's gonna run out of this stuff, because obviously, my surface area being, a larger woman is different than the surface area of a smaller or average size person. So, first he did my back, rubbed it all in, blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, turn over. And he was very a gentleman. He held up the towel. So I was able to flip over and lay on my stomach. And he was now massaging my front, which was, my arm, my hands, my legs, the front of my legs. And then came the belly. And he focused a lot on the belly. And like, when like you give a guy like a massage and you're like massaging, you're really getting into like, the tension areas, and he just lets out a sigh of like, which could be a sigh of relief, could be a sigh of ecstasy, gubba, gubba, gubba. I let out this inappropriate sigh because it felt amazing. Like, he really, like, I could tell this was not his first time that he had given a woman a belly massage. And I think he kind of lost himself because it was inappropriate. Like, He didn't spend that much time on my arms. He didn't spend that much time on my legs. Didn't even spend that much time on my butt. But he was getting in there. Like, he was trying to permeate the surface of my bellies. And he was just putting his back into it. And I let out this noise, which I won't mimic because it's quite embarrassing. And only a few people have been privy and, you know, to hearing this noise, including the guy in Mexico. And came out, and he was like, oh, do you enjoy it? And I was like, yes. And he was like, would you like me to continue? And I was like, sure. And it continued on for a little bit. I mean, not like an hour or anything. It was probably 5 more minutes longer than it's actually legitimately supposed to take. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. And he was like, no, thank you. And when he was like done, he was like, I have to go get a drink of water. And like, there was water in the booth or whatever, in the like cubicle or whatever we were in, but he actually left and like had to take a breather for like 30 seconds. And I was just like, oh my God, what just happened? Like, I feel like I'm like one of these like dirty dudes like that like pay for like happy endings. It was clearly not sexual per se, but something very sensual. And he came back and, you know, told me what I needed to do. And then I had to, you know, he sealed me up in this thing. I had to marinate, da-da-da-da-da. And then he came in, I had to shower, da-da-da. And then, you know, I gave him a very, very healthy tip at the end. And I was just like, oh my God, like I feel that like I just paid for some sort of like sexual favor of some sort. But it was amazing. It was a very interesting, uncomfortable, sketchy experience. And I paid for it. But shit happens. And if you are a woman who has anything malleable down there and you've never really had a guy, I mean, the thing is, I think women, we're usually very uncomfortable with bellies and rolls and things, or, you know, some women may have C-section scars or stretch marks or, you know, ugly tattoos. I mean, I just don't know what it is, but we usually don't welcome men to feel that. And therefore, they don't know that that's something that they will actually enjoy. I mean, fat can be very lovely feeling and soft and awesome. And a lot of men just don't know, or a lot of women don't know how good they feel either. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye. Thanks for watching.